the charities that we give grants to do some remarkable things.
There's so many to choose from. Sometimes the biggest problem is finding the right ones.
When you realize that there's over 6,000 charities in Palm Beach County, it's special when you can pick the few that you know are going to have impact. So we thank you for supporting all the charities that you do.
I think this is our third year with BallenIsles, and we appreciate it very, very much.
We want you all to know how grateful we are.
We can't thank BallenIsles enough.
We raised $130,000 in year one, $160,000 in year two. We gave away $285,000 in year three, and this year we're giving away $290,000.
We want to thank all of our recipients for coming out for our wonderful year-end annual grant award.
Today was the day we worked a whole year towards.
I would urge you to watch this. I think you'll get a good feeling, and hopefully you'll be with us next year.
This is an amazing, amazing opportunity, and we are so grateful for everything you've done. Thank you so much.
We appreciate the donation that you made for Paws for Liberty.
We thank you from the bottom of our heart. And if there's anything we could do for BallenIsles, we're here for you. Thank you so much.
I can promise you that watching it will warm your heart.
An awesome foundation, by the way.
And if any of you missed this event, you can watch it on Channel 63, which will be playing over and over again. Thanks again.
Welcome to BallenIsles Country Club. We'd like to thank you all for attending. Today, the program is all about the grant recipients. And that's where we'd like to focus our time. But I'd like to introduce some special people who have to be acknowledged. I would like all the volunteers who have helped make this come to a reality, if all the volunteers, including the board of directors, would all stand up and just wave. You can't imagine, maybe you can, but you can't imagine how many hours, hundreds of hours, have been put in by all of these people to make today happen. And we really appreciate all the effort. We appreciate all the loyalty, and we appreciate everything that gets done every day. The other thing I'd like to do is I would like to acknowledge our sponsors, who are a very important part of our program. I think I've seen many of them. You can see their posters all around the room on the sides. These are our wonderful sponsors, and those that are in the room, if they could just stand up and be acknowledged, and you can see their names all around the sponsors. They also do a wonderful job in supporting the charity. And the third group I'd like to acknowledge is all of our platinum, gold, silver donors, our special friends, and all the other residents of BallenIsles who contribute to the Charity Foundation. Whether they buy a raffle ticket or whether they become a platinum donor, every penny counts, every dollar counts. So all of them who are in the room who are donors of any category for the Charities Foundation, I'd like you to stand. Even if you stood as a volunteer, stand again. These are hundreds and hundreds of people who make this all happen. So I'd like to thank them all. Now I'd like to turn the microphone over to Bob Anton, who is going to host the rest of this program, the real meat of the program, which is our grant giving. Bob?
Thank you, Fred. And thank you as well to the rest of the board for all the support that you give the foundation over and over. And as Fred said, my name is Bob Anton, and I had the good fortune this year of chairing the Grants Committee. And it's so encouraging to be able to stand here after the emails, the phone calls, everything that's gone on all this time, and look out at so many of our donors and see our recipients gathered in one place. Each year, the event continues to grow as more and more people want to participate and become aware of the BallenIsles Charities Foundation. What a great representation for BallenIsles, and what a great way for us to help local organizations who help those in our community that are not as fortunate as we are. Today, we have 30 organizations, which represents this year's grant recipients, and approximately 75 representatives from those organizations. This year, these organizations fall into one of the following areas: health and human services, education, and civic. This year, these organizations will be receiving a total of $290,000, the most ever given out in one year by the foundation. It's a great tribute to our community, and I can see the future with it growing more and more as more people become aware of what this foundation is doing. Before we talk about the process and the organizations, I would like to take a minute and recognize, and I know they stood before, so this will be a little bit like an aerobics class, but and recognize the 10 other BallenIsles residents that made up this year's grants committee. They worked hard and did just a tremendous job as the number of applications being reviewed continues to grow each year. So with that, I'm going to ask them to stand and stay standing as I read their names. Nancy Barron, Marilyn Canis, Marianne Champlin, Dan Goldwasser, Ron Graceman, Maggie Katzenberg, Joan Mobley, Kay Moore, Carol Odesky, and at the end of the alphabet, Sam Weinstein. Okay. What a great job. Thank you. So the process. Late summer, we received 74 letters of inquiry, which is a 30% increase from the previous year. The 74 were reviewed individually by a committee of 4, and 46 of those 74 were asked to submit an application. Those 46 were then reviewed through interviews conducted in person by selected committee members. From the 46, as we've mentioned, 30 were selected by the committee and approved by the board to receive funding this year. Okay. Of the 30, 8 were not recipients last year. So we've got a different group of people coming in. I mentioned a moment ago about the interviewing each applicant, and why do we do this? We want to promote a better understanding of the organization and its people, and be able to talk about that within our community. Ensure that the organizations meet our criteria, that the dollars will be spent locally, Palm Beach County, and primarily Palm Beach Gardens, Jupiter, and West Palm Beach. The end result, hopefully, grants to organizations that we can be proud of. I wish we had the time today to let each of the recipients tell you their own story, because they're all so compelling in one way or another. But time won't allow it. I'm going to talk so fast during this presentation, I'm going to take a breath every once in a while, just so that we don't engage everybody too long. But bear with me if you would, please. It would be far more compelling than my brief introductions, more like the Reader's Digest version, if they could talk about their own organizations. You each have a program with the organization's name and those attending from them. As I introduce the organization, I would like to ask each of their representatives to stand briefly prior to my getting into the story of each organization. I would encourage all of you to seek them out after the program and learn more about their organizations. And I would also ask that you would just hold any applause until after the final recipient is discussed. Okay? That way it'll just hopefully speed the process up a little bit. So, in alphabetical order, in line with the program, all right, so you can follow along. Let's talk about the first organization, which is Adopt a Family. This will be the second year with this program in Adopt a Family. Adopt a Family has been in existence for more than 30 years, helping to restore families in crisis to stability and self-sufficiency by providing access to all-encompassing services for families with children. Adopt a Family will give an estimated 200 hygiene bags, personal hygiene items, paper products, and school necessities, general school supplies, and uniform items to the school-aged children who need them. when they come with their parents to the Senator Philip D. Lewis Homeless Resource Center in West Palm Beach. Adopt a Family continues to manage the family component of the center for Palm Beach County. The Homeless Resource Center is the first and only one of its kind in Palm Beach County and has now served for over 2 years as central intake and assessment for the county's homeless population. Not only are there families at the Homeless Resource Center, but some of them, not only are they homeless, but some of them do not have the resources to adequately equip their children with the basic items needed to attend school. It is the goal of Adopt a Family not only to rehouse the families so that they can begin to put their lives in order, but also enable the children to start school on a much better footing, while also giving the parents the ability to set up households. Families can become homeless at any time, and this is a key ingredient, and I learned this last year with Adopt a Family. Families can become homeless at any time. There are programs that give out these types of supplies at the beginning of a school year, but families become homeless at any time. So we think it's a great program. We're glad to be able to support it for the second year in a row. And this year, rather than visiting the Adopt a Family offices, we actually visited the Lewis Center. And we met the Adopt a Family coordinator, Ms. Nidia Sabuga-Maru, who's in the audience today. So if you have a chance, please say hello. Thank you. Okay. Nobody listens, you know. Hold the applause. And I will say, you just need to stand for a moment and you can sit back down. Alzheimer's community care. How many of us know people or have family that have been touched by this terrible disease? More than 65,000 Alzheimer patients currently reside in Palm Beach County, and 70% of them are cared for by family in their homes. As the disease progresses, patients lose the ability to care for themselves, and loved ones find themselves struggling for ways to cope with providing full-time care. Our grant will fund 1 month's operation of the Family Nurse Consultant Program in West Palm Beach, Northern Palm Beach County. Intervention from family nurse consultants empowers caregivers with the emotional support, physical assistance, respite care, and linkages to financial assistance that they need to continue providing home-based care for their loved ones, thereby delaying or eliminating the need for nursing home care. A diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease is devastating, but even more so when families lack knowledge or access to essential interventions. This is where family nurse consultants make a difference, providing vital assistance and intervention without cost to Alzheimer's patients and caregivers. The Family Nurse Consultant Program is fully funded through donations and grants like ours. Okay. Boys and Girls Clubs of Palm Beach County. Our grant will provide support for core educational and STEM programs for at-risk, low-income children, teens, attending 2 of 13 clubs. The Max M. Fisher Boys and Girls Club located in Riviera Beach, and the Florence DeGeorge Boys and Girls Club in West Palm Beach. Serving 1,000 members between the ages of 6 and 18, which is made up of approximately 47% boys, 53% girls, 91% African American, 5% Hispanic, and 3% Caucasian. 78% of the families live in non-traditional or single-parent households. For these families, the choices for after-school care and youth development services are limited. There are no other affordable options in the county that provide the array and quality of services that these clubs offer to all families throughout the county for $30 per year. Our grant will help support the STEM activities. And for those of you wondering what STEM is, it's science, technology, engineering, and math. And these are programs. You'll also hear STEAM, which adds an A for arts to that program. But this will purchase equipment, supplies, field trip expenses, and/or a part-time instructor. And the STEM program involves project-based lessons that connect to the Boys and Girls Club core programs: education, career development, technology, character, leadership development, health and life skills, arts and culture, and sports and fitness. So, Caridad Center. Okay. Largest free health clinic of its kind in Florida. Our grant will provide support for the pediatric dental clinic, which provides access to free dental care and dental health education to 600 Palm Beach County uninsured low-income children annually. Dental procedures include exams, radiographs, fluoride, sealants, fillings, extractions, appliances, and emergency treatment, while dental health education provides them with toothpaste, toothbrushes, floss, and mouthwash. Poor dental health is often accompanied by and contributes to medical problems. Children will also receive medical health assessments. Part of the dental screening and patient care includes referrals to the Healthy Family Health Education classes and workshops where instructions for weight control, proper nutrition, exercise, and oral health are given. Outcomes show significant improvement in adopting a healthier lifestyle for workshop participants. In the dental clinic, children have demonstrated a 90% improvement in oral health habits at 6-month recall visits when compared to the baseline data. Thank you. Clinics can help. Collects and redistributes durable medical equipment and supplies to financially needy persons in Palm Beach County. Our grant this year will help purchase 17 adaptive transit strollers. These strollers will be part of the Kinder Project, which is kids in need of durable equipment right now. The Kinder Project at Clinics Can Help provides durable medical equipment and supplies at no cost for the needs of pediatric patients with brain or spinal cord injuries or congenital defects. Clinics Can Help assist patients whose diagnosis includes cerebral palsy, traumatic brain injuries, muscular dystrophy, spinal cord defects, and fractures, to name a few. These strollers will give the gift of mobility and dignity. These strollers are constructed in a way to provide the support for the child critical to digestive functions and respiratory functions by allowing the child to sit upright. Having the correct medical equipment ensures a child's safety and provides the child the chance for greater socialization skills, better attendance at school, and dignity, mobility, and independence. Now, I will, without trying to be too obvious, will tell you that in our audience today, along with the representatives from Clinics Can Help, we have Ms. Jennifer Gottlieb and her son Cole, who uses one of these strollers. So please take a moment to introduce yourself. Thank you. Dwight D. Eisenhower School. Recognizing the powerful extent to which technology motivates students in the educational process, this year's grant will be used to purchase one iPad cart for hands-on instruction that will be used across all grade levels and departments, school-wide, which impacts all students. Portable class-to-class usage involving the entire class, guided by the teacher's instructions, and especially in the areas of literacy. All students will benefit, such as with exceptional student education, English speakers of other languages, Montessori, deaf and hard of hearing, gifted and regular education. The cart could also be used in parent-teacher conferences and meetings, training. The metal cart encases 30 iPads and will be governed by a Mac Pro computer for student engagement in educational applications in reading, mathematics, and science. In addition to the core content instruction regarding in reading and math, IS keyboarding, research capacity, use of digital tools like highlighters, etc., will be introduced. As a Title I school, many of the students at this school do not have these advances at home for practice, which puts them at a disadvantage compared to their peers at other schools with an immediate and frequent access to these who have immediate and frequent access to these resources. So we think this is a great exercise. Feed the Hungry. This organization has been providing food to families in need for many years. The individuals who run the program are volunteers. The only salaries are for the truck drivers who distribute the food. So this is all volunteer. Every month, this organization gives food to more than 1,000 families, mostly from Riviera Beach. Most of the families are from minority communities and include a single mother with 3 or more children. The next largest category is senior citizens, many of whom are raising abandoned grandchildren. However, Palm Beach Gardens and Jupiter are where this organization is seeing the most new requests. Food consists of fresh vegetables, frozen meat, bread, and boxes of canned and dry goods. Our grant will be used primarily for transporting and storing nutritious food to feed neighbors. First tee of the Palm Beaches. If you played in the Charities golf event over the January weekend last month, you had a chance to see what this organization is doing firsthand. What a pleasure to talk to the kids and listen to what their goals are. Fortunately, they used my drive on the par 3. This organization gives these kids training, which instills values and character while promoting healthy choices through the game of golf. Supervised PGA and LPGA instruction, access to the practice facility and golf course is provided to the families unable to afford the cost of playing golf. And playing golf, as well as children with disabilities that would otherwise be unable to play and on traditional golf facilities. Our grant will help support weekly sessions for the entire school year, teaching the 9 core values and 9 healthy habits integrated with golf instruction. Our grant specifically will support 200 children for 9 weeks. Grandma's Place. Imagine a child being separated from his or her parents in the middle of the night because of domestic violence or neglect. This happens too frequently. And where do they go? Grandma's Place in Royal Palm Beach. Grandma's Place operates 24 hours a day, 365 days per year, with wake staff around the clock. The shelter increased its licensed capacity from 14 to 16 children per night at the request of the lead agency in an effort to provide safe shelter for all the children in need. The shelter is licensed for children ages 0 to 12 and is the only agency in Palm Beach County currently accepting both boys and girls ages 0 through 7. The agency accepts all children, including siblings, sibling groups, and those with disabilities such as autism, Down syndrome, fetal alcohol effects, or profoundly delayed. In 2013, 123 children were cared for at Grandma's Place. I know we would all like to see these numbers go down, but when I met with the executive director, Roxanne Jacobs, she was talking about funding to help purchase additional properties because of the increasing need. It's an amazing situation, and 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Gratitude House. Our first grant to this organization was in 2012. This year's grant will again support their MIT program, Mothers and Infants in Treatment Together. This program offers comprehensive long-term residential substance abuse and co-occurring services to low-income pregnant and postpartum women in Palm Beach County. The MIT program allows mothers to have their infants reside with them in treatment, with an average length of stay ranging from 6 to 10 months. The overall goals at Gratitude House are to assist women in reducing risk factors associated with the progression of substance abuse problems, not just for themselves, but for their children and families, and to teach them new skills for coping with life's everyday stressors and maintaining abstinence. A family-centered, strengths-based approach includes psychological behavioral therapies, individual counseling, education case management, job counseling, parenting classes, and life skills. The clients become responsible for their actions. Through the completion of the therapeutic goals and domestic responsibilities, the treatment is child-focused, helping women to have safer pregnancies and healthier babies, become better parents, and bond with their infants. The first years of life provide the basis for children's mental health and social, emotional development. Clients attend groups to help them understand the importance of early attachment and positive social, emotional development of children. How lucky are we to have an organization like this? And now I'm just going to take a breath. HACER Ministry Group. The food pantry provides nutritious meals to low-income children and families in the West Palm Beach area. They also provide nutrition, health awareness, and food shopping basics. The food pantry distributes food bi-weekly to over 350 families per month. And our grant this year will help to ensure that this program continues to move forward. The program is managed in an efficient manner that many larger organizations have yet to embrace, which provides accurate reporting information and data for projecting future needs. The first paid program coordinator began in May 2014 to assist with program expansion, as 1,400 new individuals applied for food assistance in 2013. In addition to its year-round program, HACER also hosts an annual Thanksgiving celebration. Through prior events, over 2,000 deserving families received a Thanksgiving meal, without which these families and children may have gone hungry. Families receive a Thanksgiving basket containing 12 to 15-pound turkeys, stuffing, potatoes, and all the trimmings. So in addition to the routine good work, they also have a program like this. Habitat for Humanity, Palm Beach County. I think we all know about the work Habitat does in providing attainable housing and rehabbing homes through a volunteer network. But here in Palm Beach County, there is a unique program undertaken by Habitat in conjunction with Seminole Ridge Community High School's Construction Academy that other areas of the state and country would like to duplicate if they could. Our grant this year will help to ensure that this program continues, and I know that the house we're helping to fund is the next house to be built. The last house that we funded was moved just recently. Open to all interested Palm Beach County students, the Seminole Ridge Construction Academy employs a non-traditional curriculum that combines classroom instructions with hands-on training. With an enrollment of 150 students in the program, Construction Academy centers its program on the construction of a modular Habitat for Humanity house. Piece by piece, the house is assembled by the students under supervision of faculty and building professionals on the Seminole Ridge campus. Ultimately, the modular structure is relocated to its permanent site, and Construction Academy students continue to take part in the building process. These students are mentored by building professionals and get the additional opportunity to work side by side with the house's future owners. A Habitat family. This experience teaches students the importance of giving back to the community. While the end result of the project is building of a house, this initiative fulfills an additional goal of providing 150 Construction Academy students with valuable hands-on construction experience, certification in construction-related skills, and the gratifying experience of helping others. Since we first saw this program, I think what we said is this is a win-win. It helps the community and it helps the students. It's as simple as that. Healthy Mothers, Healthy Babies Coalition of Palm Beach. For over 20 years, this agency has supported new mothers, often those who return to work full-time as early as 6 weeks, and by offering complimentary hospital-grade breast pump to help continue their breastfeeding goals. The Breastfed is Best Fed breast pump loan program has been incredibly successful over the years. There is a waiting list for the program as more and more mothers are choosing to breastfeed. But the current pumps are getting older and have to be replaced. Our grant this year will be to help purchase new pumps. And I learned more about breast pumps than I ever knew in this process. Homeless Coalition of Palm Beach County. Okay. The Homeless Coalition partners with Palm Beach County homeless agencies to provide long-term housing opportunities for homeless families and individuals that are properly screened and evaluated through the Philip D. Lewis Homeless Resource Center. Simply put, the Homeless Coalition is responsible for securing the material and resources needed to move families into permanent housing. Families that enter the Philip D. Lewis Center often come with their belongings in black trash bags. As a result, families are in need of household furniture and household goods upon their placement into permanent housing. The Homeless Coalition has been very successful in securing goods such as kitchenwares, living room furniture, and linens. But however, the ability to secure beds for families with children remains a tremendous struggle, as donated beds are not permitted due to the high incidence of bed bugs in our community. Because of this, homeless children and their parents often sleep on the floor for months after they have secured permanent housing. Our grant this year will purchase 30 beds for families this year. Palm Beach County Food Bank. In June 2013, the Palm Beach County Food Bank launched the Weekend Nutrition Program, specifically focused on the western communities of Belglade and Pahokee, Florida. Every Friday afternoon during the summer, more than 250 children participating in the summer camp programs at New Hope Charities, Bridges of Belglade, and Christ Fellowship were provided with food to take home for their family on Friday afternoons. Partners in the program included the Office Depot Foundation and the Howard Hill Foundation. For the program, the Palm Beach County Food Bank creates a menu, purchases food and backpacks, and provides food to these organizations once per week for 9 weeks. The food is intended for the entire family over a weekend. In the summer of 2014, the weekend nutrition program grew by more than 400% and expanded to an additional 16 summer camps. Our 2015 grant will continue to support this growing program during the summer months when the need is greatest and school programs are not in place. Grew by more than 400%. It's incredible to me. Palm Beach Gardens Recreation Department. Our 2015 grant to the City Hall will continue the BallenIsles Performance Series that began in 2013. The city, through its Recreation Department, provides a complimentary community cultural art experience for the general public at the city's Veterans Plaza on North Military Trail. This experience offers an opportunity for all to enjoy and enrich their lives. Programs such as this not only provide entertainment for all to enjoy, but they also enhance the reputation of our city in attracting new residents and businesses. BallenIsles is a major residential community within the city of Palm Beach Gardens, and it's nice to give something back, especially when so many people can enjoy the experience, including ourselves. Palm Beach Gardens Elementary. A local school with over 700 children, pre-K to 5th grade, our grant this year will provide 1,500 books to be used in 45 classrooms. Long gone are the days of one-size-fits-all education. No longer does every child have to read the same book at the same time, regardless of their ability or preference. Modern education highlights classrooms where children are taught to read through self-selected texts. They match interest and reading level to motivate and instruct the students. We can all remember our first beloved book as a child. At Palm Beach Gardens Elementary, the thinking is, when we can help a child find the best book ever, they're hooked as readers. Unfortunately, in this age of budget cuts, the schools have not been funded to replenish or expand their classroom libraries. Teachers struggle to fill the libraries themselves. With the funds from this grant, they will be able to increase the number of good books children have access to daily. Palm Beach Gardens Fire Rescue Department. Okay. Ever thought about going into a burning building or fight a fire anywhere? Most people think about getting out of the building or away from the fire. Not if you're a trained firefighter. You have to think about going in and fighting. Our grant this year is for the purchase of a BullX Attack portable live fire simulator that creates a visual image of the burning fire. This simulator is portable and can be used at any training location. It's here to my left, so I hope you get a demonstration of it. The state of Florida has implemented very strict guidelines as to how live fire drills can be conducted. These new guidelines have increased the cost of training and in turn decreased the amount of training personnel receive in firefighting strategies and tactics. Because of the strict fire prevention requirements for businesses and new residential construction, structure fires are low frequency but high risk responses. Due to current funding capacities, the department is severely hampered in its ability to perform live fire training. Live fire training is extremely dangerous and requires an exorbitant amount of supervisory and safety personnel to minimize that risk. The BullX Attack is a waterproof digital live fire simulator that creates self-generated LED flames and has 5 thermal sensors with realistic sound effects. The system also incorporates a smoky environment with the use of a smoke generator. This product will give them the ability to conduct numerous fire-related drills required by the National Fire Protection Agency. It will allow firefighters to better train and prepare for both commercial and residential structure fires and ensure the department's compliance with National Fire Protection Association, Insurance Service Office, and CFAI accreditation standards. The system will also be made available to surrounding fire rescue departments. So this isn't just to be used by Palm Beach Gardens. The system will also be utilized by both the Palm Beach Gardens Boy Scouts of America Fire Explorer Post and the Reserve Firefighter Division. Because of their limited knowledge of fire behavior, it is too risky for either of these groups to engage in live exercises. This product will give the ability to provide realistic fire training to these future firefighters without putting them at risk. Palm Beach Gardens High School, a college review trip. Our 2015 grant is to fund 2 buses that will take students on a tour of several Florida colleges in order to let them see what the environment is like. 65% of the students at the school are on a free and reduced lunch program. Their parents don't usually have the money to help them with this type of expense. For many, this college trip will be the first time they've left the county. It has been the experience of school administrators that students come back from this trip ready to set stronger post-secondary goals so that they may attend the school of their choice in the future. Palm Beach Gardens Police Department. In prior years, this foundation has supported the Palm Beach Gardens Police Department, and I know we're all grateful for the work they do. This year's request was not for forensic equipment or other items to assist the police in doing their daily job. This year, our grant is for the purchase of quality infant and child care seats for families who are financially unable to purchase their own. These seats will be given to families who cannot provide adequate quality car safety seats for their children. And they'll be dispersed in conjunction with a car seat installation and forget-me-not child safety awareness program. Besides protecting us from crime, the Palm Beach Gardens Police Department also does a great job looking out for our safety. Pause for Liberty. For those of you who may not have noticed, we again have some special guests besides the Gottliebs. Joining us today, we have Lance Corporal Joseph Rainey of the service dog Tank, and Heidi Speranza, who is with service dog Asher. So again, when you have a moment, please talk to them about what goes on in this world. Our 2015 grant will allow for the possible adoption, veterinary expenses, and training for a service dog to be used by a veteran. Before being admitted into the program for training, each dog undergoes a series of tests to ensure that they are good candidates. Most of the dogs are less than 2 years old to maximize the length of time the service dog has with the veteran. They must get along with children and other animals and not be afraid by loud noises or commotion. They learn skills that allow them to assist in medical and life coping situations and helping the veteran cope with emotional overload. Among the many tasks learned, these service dogs learn to block, which is standing perpendicular to the veteran to add a sense of keeping other people at a distance from them. To cover, stand or sit facing the veteran's side to watch his back and lick or nudge when someone is approaching. And pause, jump gently on the vet, provide deep pressure when anxiety is coming on. During a panic attack or emotional overload, a service dog is trained to diffuse the situation or redirect attention to alleviate the downward spiral. The service dog is trained to vigorously lick a person's face to bring his partner to full awareness. A service dog also protects the veterans in very stressful situations by giving the veteran a constant companion who will direct them out of a situation or help the veteran tactfully exit the situation. We've all seen service dogs, and we have two, I believe two today. Renaissance Learning Academy. We're going to talk about the Renaissance Learning Academy and also the Renaissance Learning Center individually, but when you hear the name, they are related. One is an elementary component, the other is a high school component. The academy is for students ages 14 to 22 who have autism spectrum disorder. This year's grant will fund the purchase of 2 new pieces of exercise equipment to be used by students at the academy. Physical activity is important for individuals with and without disabilities, as it promotes a healthy lifestyle, but it can benefit individuals with autism in unique ways. In the U.S., 16% of children ages 2 to 19 are overweight, whereas the prevalence of being overweight among children with ASD is increased to 19%, and with an additional 36% at risk for being overweight. That means more than half of all the children and young adults with ASD are either overweight or at risk. Being overweight can put individuals at increased risk for numerous health problems, both in childhood and as adults, including diabetes, cardiovascular disease, bone and joint problems, or even depression. The effects of these conditions may take an even greater toll on individuals with autism. The Academy's physical education program is run by a physical education teacher who tailors the daily program to each of the 100 students. Individual education plan for some students, individual physical activities such as using a treadmill or elliptical machine is more appropriate than an organized team sport. The Academy has had several machines donated by families, but usually the machines are quite old and do not work well after a short period of time. Renaissance Learning Center, a charter elementary school in its 16th year of operation, whose students are made up of children ages 3 to 14 with autism spectrum disorder. Our grant is to fund the purchase of equipment and materials to expand the existing Music is Magic program. For many with special needs, the arts are not merely enrichment. Rather, the arts are a staple, a means to develop more than cultural or appreciative values. The arts provide opportunities to develop language, cognition, fine and gross motor skills, social and life skills, self-esteem, and self-expression, and even the opportunity to define potential career paths. The arts are an avenue to developing an otherwise unheard voice. As a vehicle to the expression, the arts have the capacity to bring a voice to every human being, encouraging the inner world to connect to the outer world of concrete reality. Empirical data shows us that the arts often increase academic achievement, enhance test scores, and improve attitudes, social skills, critical and creative thinking. The center has been recognized twice by the Florida Department of Education for their best practices in educating children with an ASD, and they strive to adopt new technologies and methods to continually improve their programs. Okay, that's about the 7th inning stretch, and I'm going to take another break. Suncoast High School Foundation. Suncoast is a public magnet high school for grades 9 through 12, located in Riviera Beach. As a 100% magnet school, all students must apply for admission, and acceptance for admission is based on academic achievement. The school continues to be ranked as one of the top high schools in the country with a 100% graduation rate. All students at Suncoast are enrolled in one of 4 magnet program curriculum, and 3 of those magnet programs are focused on science, technology, engineering, mathematics, STEM again. Our grant this year applies to a college preparatory, innovative, interactive technology curriculum, which provides diverse technology-focused training in robotics, computer animation, and advanced manufacturing, and the MSE program. A rigorous curriculum focused on college-level mathematics, physics, and natural sciences. The grant will be used to purchase 10 software licenses for a specialty engineering tool called Mastercam X7. Mastercam is used for computer-aided manufacturing, CAM, and CAM is the process of giving software-based instructions to a robotic manufacturing machine to automatically produce complex, high-precision components. Examples of these would be 3D printers, CNC machinery, mills and lathes. And I think more importantly, Mastercam software is an industry standard tool that is used by companies such as Boeing, Apple, General Electric, SpaceX, and incorporating this tool into the classroom will help accelerate Suncoast students to achieve their goal to enter America's engineering and manufacturing workforce. Symphonic Band of the Palm Beaches. If you have not been to a concert put on by the Symphonic Band, you're missing something. This is an all-volunteer band, but beyond playing great music, they are also involved in scholarships for financially needy students to attend college or summer music camps, grants to underfunded band and general music programs in the Palm Beach County School District, and an instrument donation program for financially needy students in the Palm Beach County School District. Our grant this year is to help fund the instrument donation program, which helps to refurbish donated musical instruments so they can be distributed to needy students, or purchasing of new music instruments for needy students. I mentioned the music portion of the band, but I was able to attend the awarding of instruments event late last year. And if you could see the looks on the children's faces as they received their instruments, as the saying goes, it was worth the price of admission. So, Team First PAL, which stands for Tennis, Education, and Mentoring, and PAL is the Police Athletic League. It's a first tee similar. And our grant this year will help to fund 13% participants in an after-school program conducted in partnership with the Cabana Colony Youth Center in Palm Beach Gardens. It is a 36-week program that includes 4 hours per week of tennis instruction, academic tutoring, life skill activities, and nutrition education. The goal is to serve 25 students ages 10 to 14. The organization's goals this year were to serve 20 in a 36-week after-school program. To date, they have served 22. According to a recent report by the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office, crime is down 92% in Cabana Colony since starting the PAL Center, of which Team First is a partner. The Arc of Palm Beach County. Potential's charter school, founded in 1998, provides intensive therapeutic education for children ages 3 through 10 who are unable to walk or talk. As part of the curriculum, for 2.5 hours per day, a certified music therapist from Master Musicians works with the students in 4 small groups. During these sessions, the music therapist engages the students through singing, drumming, playing guitar, and other music-centered activities. They work with the group as a whole, but also address each child individually, using his or her name to ensure that she is engaged in the activity. Art therapy utilizes a variety of supplies to achieve its programmatic goals. At Potentials, these goals are tied to the goals stated in each student's individualized education plan. An essential element in the learning process, art therapy enhances the student's occupational therapy and physical therapy in fun and stimulating ways that ensure the process does not feel stressful or difficult. Our grant this year will help fund the many developmental changes faced by the students of the ARC's Potentials Charter School. An important secondary goal of the Music and Art Therapy program is to improve the quality of each child's life. The ability to provide both of these supplemental therapies to the students at Potentials will greatly enrich their curriculum and help to provide them with a more well-rounded education. The Center for Family Services of Palm Beach County. Our grant this year is for the purchase of 78 hospital-grade beds at the Pat Reeves Village. The Pat Reeves Village is located in central West Palm Beach. The emergency shelter addresses the needs of homeless families with children and at-risk families in Palm Beach County. The program at Pat Reeves Village is REACH, responding to emergencies and altering the crisis of homelessness. Through the program, clients receive emergency assistance, including up to 90 days of shelter, with wraparound services, which include rental or mortgage assistance, utility help, clothing, food vouchers, transportation passes, personal hygiene items, referral services, and intensive case management. Families are linked to educational employment opportunities. The program is designed to help families become stable and self-sufficient. Urban Youth Impact, the Leadership Academy. The primary goal of the Leadership Academy is to prepare the students it serves to succeed in life by providing academic assistance, career development, and spiritual enrichment through the students' formative years. TLA provides a safe, structured environment where 175 young people from the inner city can develop meaningful relationships with caring, consistent adult role models. The TLA operates 5 days a week after school for 4 hours each day, and the program is literacy-based. Their goal each year is to have 75% of students improve their reading abilities and or read on grade level at the end of the school year. For the second year, 84% of TLA students showed improvement in their reading abilities or are now reading on grade level. Beyond ensuring students are on track academically, TLA provides character development using monthly themes, endurance, honesty, forgiveness, etc., and students are offered opportunities to participate in activities that help broaden their horizons, increase their understanding of their community, and to learn in creative ways. Our grant will fund 2 students in this program for 1 year, including the summer months. West Palm Beach Waterfront Warriors. Our 2015 grant will help fund this group in bringing wounded men and women in service to our country to our little slice of heaven for a few days, all expenses paid. The goal of the organization is to host 5 or 6 military personnel and their family members and allow those who have served us to get away from a hospital environment and be able to enjoy themselves. These men and women spend on average 2 years recovering and or rehabilitating at military medical facilities. Many of these men and women come home from war struggling with medical, psychological, and financial difficulties. In 2014, with help from BallenIsles, this group hosted a group from Walter Reed Hospital that were the most physically injured group hosted so far. In our environment, it is so easy to take day-to-day activities and our surroundings for granted. What a great way to give back to those who have served their country. So everybody's probably reading along and know that I'm at the end of the list. But so that concludes the formal presentation. I would like to ask each of the organizations to, as I call your name, make your way to the podium to receive your grant. And while waiting, please feel free to get up and introduce yourself to each other, but just listen for your name, please, okay? Thank you very much. And congratulations to all of the recipients, and a very special thanks to all of our donors. Okay.
Hi, my name is Meryl Engstrike. I'm the Director of Communications and Grants for the ARC of Palm Beach County. One of our amazing programs is BallenIsles Charter School. It serves children ages 3 to 10 who come to us unable to walk and talk. And thanks to the ongoing incredible generosity of BallenIsles Charities Foundation for the last few years, you have provided us with the funds for music therapy, and now you've expanded it to music and art therapy, which helps our kids so much. It helps them with their occupational therapy and their physical therapy and their social engagement, and it helps them reach goals that they probably never would have otherwise. This is an amazing, amazing opportunity, and we are so grateful for everything you've done. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Amy Brand. I'm the Chief Development Officer at Habitat for Humanity of Palm Beach County, and we can't thank BallenIsles enough. This is our 2nd year of receiving funding from them for our Seminole Ridge High School Construction Academy, which is a wonderful program that has the kids giving back through the academy. They build a home in modules and transport it, and it gets presented to a Habitat partner family who's very much deserving of a home ownership. So again, we very much thank BallenIsles for this opportunity.
Hi, I'm Heidi Speraza, the founder and executive director of Pause for Liberty, and we are thrilled to have been chosen for the first time to receive the $10,000 charity donation from BallenIsles. And this is Asher, one of our puppies in training for one of our disabled veterans in Palm Beach County, and he is going to be primarily serving the veteran with post-traumatic stress disorder. I could go into a lot of different detail, but we would love to have any BallenIsles residents come and visit us sometime at our ranch, and I'm sure you'll have our information. Thank you very, very much for your donation. It's going to help us tremendously place more dogs with a disabled soldier. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Dick Bustow. I'm the board president of the Renaissance Learning Academy. This is Pam Manelli. She's our grant writer for the academy as well. It's a school, a charter school actually, for children with autism spectrum disorder, ages 14 to 22. And the grant we received today is for sports equipment, primarily a couple of treadmills. Our children need to have exercise both for their physical health and also to relieve some of the anxieties that they have as part of being on the autism spectrum disorder. An awesome foundation, by the way. I think this is our third year with BallenIsles, and we appreciate it very, very much. Thank you. Say thank you.
Thank you very much, BallenIsles.
I am Sandra Kaplan. I am the board secretary for Healthy Mothers, Healthy Babies. And with me, I have our CEO, Gail Kleiner, and Michelle Gonzalez, who is our external outreach person. We want you all to know how grateful we are. Our hearts are full because now we're going to be helping other women and teenage girls, helping to have these breast pumps. We thank you from the bottom of our heart. And if there's anything we could do for BallenIsles, we're here for you. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Maria Marino. I'm with Bremen Motor Cars. We were a sponsor for your golf tournament for, I think, the third year, and we are very happy to partner with BallenIsles to help all of these wonderful charities in the area. When you realize that there's over 6,000 charities in Palm Beach County, it's special when you can pick the few that you know are going to have impact. So we thank you for supporting all the charities that you do, and we hope that in the future you make even more money and that Bremen is a partner with you all. Thanks so much.
And I urge them to participate in the charities going forward, because through their generosity, we can select more charities and perhaps give greater amounts of money.